Talk about soda.
Yes, let's talk about soda.
Yeah, so we're in the soda section. Actually, in the back you see the good old American country wine, the Coke product, of course.
So the cola does taste a little bit different here because they use real sugar instead of corn syrup.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep.
I think we talked about that in some other video.
We did.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, but there's plenty of soda. Some of them are not as familiar. We have a lot more of these clear lemonades. They look like water in glass bottles, but it's kind of like a Sprite type.
Yes.
And then we have, of course,
we have a lot of German
fancy
style sodas. Yeah. So there's Hollander is a very German one that's very good. It's different than anything you find in the States. It's a little bit bitter. Cherry's another one that's a little bit bitter and very different but good.
This is apple, cherry, and Holunder.
I have not tried that one, but it would probably be delicious. So the other thing we're going to talk about over here is behind Coggan's head, you'll see a sign. Now, if you're using Scan and Go and you make your own crate, you're going to want to scan that. So the bottom one is for the half crate, and the top one is for like a regular whole crate like this.
So let me reiterate this. If you pick up an empty crate and you want to make a mixed crate, what you do is you scan the first one here for the whole crate, and then each bottle that you individually put in there, you would scan that. If you take a half crate, like we showed you in the beer section video, you would then scan this one for the 1.5 crate, and then you scan every single bottle.
Correct.
Okay. The reason behind this, do you know the reason behind this? Why?
Because there's a font on the crate?
Exactly, there's a deposit on the plastic crate itself and a deposit on each bottle. Correct. So combined, that makes the deposit for the entire crate or half crate.
Correct. Now, if you're buying this whole crate and you scan this, that includes all the deposits for the crate and the bottle.
Correct. You actually see this on the label. You see the price for the product, then you see the fund here. It's $3.42. So what that means is it's $21.99 plus an additional $3.42. So you would scan this symbol here, barcode, and you're done with. If you bring that crate back with all bottles included, you will get $3.42 back.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes. And there's another video that Megan and you did to show how to use the font machines.
Correct, yes.
Yes.
We probably put that all with the other videos in one section, so you'll be able to find that.
Yep.
Okay.
We are in the water section. There are 3 major types of water in Germany. The first one is still or natural, which is basically like kind of tap water or spring water. There's no bubbles in it.
However, it is mineral water, and there's a distinct difference between tap and mineral water, which
Correct.
we explain in a second.
Yep. There's classic, which is regular full bubbly water, fully carbonated water. And then there's medium, which is in between, and it's much closer to like a flat soda.
Correct, yes. So what's the difference between tap water and mineral water? Well, mineral water comes from a spring that is rich in minerals. And each of the bottles has actually a chemical analysis label on the back. And the easiest way to show you that is if I'll just come a little closer. I don't know, can you see? Yeah, there's the chemical analysis. So each brand of water has its own mineral content, of course. So you can pick the one you like. For example, you have a low calcium level, or you're pregnant or something, and you need more calcium. So you would pick on purpose a water that is rich in a certain mineral. There's another uncommon type of mineral water, which we call Heilwasser. Heilwasser is a type of water that is super rich in certain minerals, way more richer than the standard mineral water. Heilwasser comes from the German word, the English word of healing. So this is a water that even a doctor would prescribe you if you have insufficient whatever content. He would prescribe you a certain brand of Heilwasser, and that way you get the minerals or whatever it is in your body, and it absorbs it way better than taking pills.
Yeah, and Germans prefer doing mineral waters and healing waters over vitamins and tablets and capsules.
Correct. The natural way. That's why you don't see the mineral bars and whatnot in supermarkets.
Right. And water is much more reasonably priced here when it comes to bottles than it is in the States. So
Correct.
if you're used to getting bottled water in the States, this would be nice for your budget.
Yes, and you have still the option glass
Or
versus plastic.
And then the same thing goes with the plastic crates over here, where you can buy them in a 6-pack, or you can break up the 6-pack and just take what you want.
Correct. Same with the small 0.5 liter bottles.
Correct. And the crates also have funds, and the plastic bottles have funds.
Exactly. I think we showed that before, but just to make sure, you see where the barcode is, there's this little logo. Let me come closer so you can see it. Yeah. Yeah, that logo means it is a deposited bottle, or it's a bottle with deposit on it, not a deposited bottle.
Correct. And plastic bottles are 100% worth bringing back because a 6-pack will cost you €1.50.
Correct. So one thing that I should probably reiterate is because there's a lot of confusion, you know, what is a deposit bottle and what not. So rule of thumb is everything that comes in a crate, no matter if it is beer, Coke, water, lemonade, is a deposit container. So there's a deposit on it. Okay. So even if you just grab one bottle of lemonade, not the whole crate, if you bring that back to the store, you get your deposit back. Okay. Now those bottles don't have the little sticker for the deposit on it. These stickers can only be found on plastic bottles or metal cans. Glass bottles per se that come in a crate are a deposit. Juice boxes and juice bottles never have a deposit, and as of now, wine bottles the same thing. So wine bottles, juice bottles, plastic or glass go in the recycling system. Stuff that comes in a crate or has the sticker on it that we showed you is a deposit bottle, and you bring it back to the store and you get your money back. Okay, I hope that clarifies it. It's a bit confusing, and the system is going to be revamped at some point, make it easier, but as of now, that's the way it is.
And if it doesn't have the symbol in the back, you can always look for the words that it's a fun flasha. So in this case, it's very, very small. I need my glasses, and you can see it right there.
Okay, good. Well, let's move on to the next part.
Okay. All right. So we're on basically the last portion of the drink section, and behind me you can see all the different juices. There's a huge selection of juices here, a lot bigger variety of juices than what you could get in the States.
Correct, and the main difference is we have a lot more real juices, so there's no sugar added, not watered down, not blends of different, juices. Like when you buy in some stores in the US, you buy cranberry juice, and then you look at the label, the content is basically apple juice with a little bit of cranberry. Okay.
Correct.
So for example, if you would pick the cranberry here, which is actually pure cranberry, it's expensive though, but you would not drink it pure anyways. I mean, that's way too sour. So get one of those, 2 bottles of vodka, and that's about the right ratio, right?
Right. The other thing that is really good with the 100% juices is making what Germans call a Schola. So you take your bubbly water and then you add the 100% juice to it, and just depends on which type of juice you're using as how much of each. But cranberry and bubbly water is about 1/4 of a glass of cranberry and 3/4 of a glass of bubbly.
Right, and the last thing I want to say about juices is a lot of German parents believe in juice being part of a breakfast. So therefore, we have several juices that are especially blended for kids. These are mixes of pure juices. You'll find like 4, 5, 6, 7 different juices blended together. They all taste really yummy, and the vitamin and mineral content is actually matching what your kid in the different phases of their development use. So if you want to do something really good for the kids, that is definitely something to look for. Those juices are not to be consumed in large quantities. A small glass in the morning is everything they need for the day.
Yes, not a lot, or you'll have bathroom issues.
That's right.
And then none of these have fonts on them, glass or plastic.
And then we'll move the camera, and as we move the camera now, you get kind of a glimpse at the wine section here. We'll make a separate video about that. It takes way too long to incorporate that in the drink video. We have on average between 1,000 and 1,200 different wines here at all times. So you'll hear that in a separate video just about the wine.